and Obrafo Odaseni Nipa people. Interesting stuff. Lots to think about, lots to look forward to. There's conversations on the COVID tax, yes or no, and then Alligator app is our conversation right here. You never know what to expect on GTV Breakfast, you know. And but what we can expect every Tuesday is a conversation with two gentlemen with a lot to say on their minds and bringing their professional experience to bear on the issues in the news. So he's a lawyer and he loves history like nobody's business. His name is Ya Anochi Frimpong. And sitting next to him is the Director General of the Internal Audit Agency, Dr. Eric Odro Osai. Gentlemen, good morning. Good to have you here.
Good morning, Taf.
Yes, indeed. How is the conference going?
I think it started yesterday.
Yes. AFIA.
AFIA, yes. It's a conference of Institute of
Internal
Auditors
Auditing
across Africa.
Exactly.
So that's the institute.
Yes. Going pretty well.
It's going pretty well. Yesterday was the Governors Forum. So I guess tomorrow they will do the real conference. You know, so it's a forum to compare notes.
Awesome.
Because African problems can be solved by Africans.
Indeed.
You know, so that's what's happening.
100%. I'll just go through the headlines and then I'll come to what's on your mind this morning. Daily Graphic, today's by-election, Kumawu is a precursor to 2024 polls. Is it? That's the question Daily Graphic is asking. Galamsey surges in election years, former Forestry Commission Executive Director points out. 2 babies die over hospital power cut, 3 hours in critical condition. This is just sad. Government to revamp operations of Internal Audit Agency, page 31. Ghanaian Times, no funds for District Assembly Common Fund, that's it, for 2 years. My finance ministry fails to transfer 5% oil revenue. Kumawu by-election, Peace Council urges EC to exhibit professionalism. COVID-19 pandemic, Ghana lifts restrictions at port of entry, and at least 20 children dead in Guyana school fire, page 5. The find that e-levy rakes in over 800 million cedis in 11 months. Inflows dropped in 2023 due to the rate review to 1%. And the University of Ghana ranks first in Ghana, second in West Africa. Good news. Let me just jump into a headline which will be quite interesting to us. It has to do with your organization, Dr. Rikodron Asai.
Yeah.
What's going on? So they say the government is revamping operations of Internal Audit Agency. Why should we be concerned?
We should be concerned because when you look at the IMF program, the IMF program that Ghana signed onto, page 65 actually, government committed to continue to revamp the Internal Audit Agency. And if you want to inject fiscal discipline in the management of public funds and make sure that the key fiscal targets indicated in the IMF program can be attained, internal audit is the way to go. And government has already started the process of amending the Internal Audit Agency law with a new office and reposition it. You know, so we are making strides, and I think that is what all of us should keep our eyes on. If government really want to achieve the targets in the IMF program, strengthening systems, strengthening controls are the way to go.
Okay.
You know.
Quick point on Kumawu. How significant is today's by-election?
Today's by-election, I think that it is not a precursor to 2024 because we still have Ascent South to go. And I also think that the way the two political parties have conducted themselves, they deserve some commendation. And I also commend the IGP for moving to the place, calming them, explaining to them that they shouldn't fear, everything is under control. I think that it's good. They should know that it is not a do or die affair at all. Once the elections are over, I know they will move straight to the ascent areas to also do same. What we need is that the two political parties should collaborate to continue to allow peace to prevail in our political atmosphere. And the people of Kumawu must know that the person or who they will elect as their MP should be the one who will bring development, irrespective of where the person comes from, whether from the NPP or the NDC or the independent candidate. Their preoccupation should be who can bring them development.
Okay.
So we appeal to their conscience.
Okay.
They should allow peace to prevail And that's it.
That's good. I'll ask the same question to Mr. Frimpong shortly, but is there anything on your mind that you want to talk about? I don't know.
Yes, I think our attitude to work. I still think that as Ghanaians, whether we are working in the private sector or public sector, whether our economy will develop or not, a lot depends on us. People's attitude to work must change. People must go, if it is 8 o'clock, go to work at 8 o'clock. And when you go to work, just make sure you deliver. I see something happening across the public sector where supervisors themselves don't come to work early. People who are supposed to make sure people work don't come to work early. So their subordinates do not also come to work early. There is a trend going on in the public service where people think that it is only the number of years you spent in the service that qualifies you to earn higher salaries. And I think we should restructure the performance management system in the public sector so that we pay according to performance, irrespective of the number of years in the service. There are certain jobs that are being executed by people, the risks are so high, they go to work very early, they deliver, but because they've been in the organization for 1 year, 2 years, somebody who has been there for 10 years but not producing is earning more than that person. That completely, I think, is wrong. So we should focus on performance, review the performance management system, irrespective of qualification. When you go to Germany, it's not about qualification, it's about what you can do. So if we can import same to the public service, and I also think that we should consider paying people wages. We should avoid, we should disband this idea of paying people on a monthly basis, which is salary.
Yes.
People run, in the UK and other countries, people run to work even when it is raining because they know that they will mark them. They pay you on an hourly basis. If you don't go, it will be deducted.
So weekly or fortnightly?
Weekly or fortnightly. If you go, if you come in, you click in. If you fail to attend or come to work or in a day, they deduct it. And if we do that, it will reduce corruption. People will go to work. People will note that if you don't go to work, they will deduct it. The excuses will reduce. Productivity will increase. Finally, I think that we are wasting our night as a country. You go to other countries and they work 24/7.
Construction at night.
Construction at night. Passport office working at night. Ghana Water Company working at night. ECG working at night. So that we will be able to increase productivity. After 5 p.m., you go to public office and they've closed.
They shut down, man.
Passport office will close at 5 p.m. Sorry, I'm putting passport office on the spot.
Put them on the spot.
That is what I know. Ghana Water Company, they've closed. ECG, they've closed. This company, they've closed. No. Please, let us put our nice service
only the police
to work.
and hospitals.
What we need to do, and we can recruit same number of people we are recruiting working during the day. Recruit them in the night. It will reduce unemployment. It will increase productivity.